Thank you all for joining me today on today's 820 episode. I love you. There, I've said it. I know we don't know each other. We haven't met each other. And on one side, okay, I'm taking a chance to download this guy that says 820, 500 seconds of resilience. Seems like a nice site, a nice introduction. But the first 10 seconds, this guy tells me he loves me. I know. If you've been with me before on other podcast episodes, this thing about the meaning of love is making more sense to me, even though it's taken me 6 decades to get here for that realization and appreciation, and not just the concept, the fluffy concept of love, what it actually means. So if you go back and can check out other episodes, there is like an underlying or a subtitle series within the 820 enterprise called The Meaning of Love. I haven't compiled them in a separate link, but it's in the listing of previous podcasts about the meaning of love. And again, it's not for me to try and teach you or tell you anything you don't know about love. I'm just giving you part of my journey towards understanding what it really means, what it is, where it exists, and I don't own it. You don't own it. We've all been given that to share, to not withhold, and not to hoard. But that's my journey. But so I say at the beginning of this episode today, me to tell you I love you is a big step for me. Now I know you can either accept, reject it, or discard that, but it's taken me a while to even be comfortable with stating that first and foremost to myself, to family members, to dear friends, but even harder to total strangers that I don't know and didn't know I had the right or the ability to state that without any expectation. But there you go. I said it. Let's go with it. Anyway, today's topic is called Love to Who You Know and Don't Know. Now, as a hacker or a novice old golfer or trying to be a golfer, I was reading something a couple of days ago, and there are many personalities out there who play a very good game of golf, but also have a very genuine and seems to me a curious and playful and open personality and persona. So again, I never met any actual golfer who does it for a living, but this guy, I've seen him on many tournaments, and somehow he has that presence on the golf course. Yes, to play at that level, at a professional level, you got to have a game, a good game, an under par kind of game. But this guy, his name is, I think it's Harry Higgs. And I think one guy at ESPN, I think Scott Van Pelt, gave him this title, Harry the Big Rig Higgs. But anyway, it's happened to be coming across something on YouTube or some news feed. And this guy was in a tournament and had some fantastic shots and opportunities and executed some things that turned out quite well for him to win a tournament. But anyway, more importantly, in this episode today, I want to relate to you what he said at the conclusion of that tournament that he won. A typical, after you win a tournament, you talk about, I got up and down on number 13, made a great par save. Yeah, people say that. But in this case, it was way more about and beyond just the golf tournament or the exercise. This is what he said, quote, "I just have a message, so forgive me if things get a little deep," Higgs began. "We lost yesterday, one of our own. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but somebody who went through a lot of difficult things, somebody who was open and honest about it. And I thought last night I didn't sleep worth a darn. And I'm really good at sleeping. I thought about this moment and how to remember Grayson. Everyone that's here, thank you so much for receiving me and congratulating me and cheering me on throughout. But this golf stuff and the result, it's lovely, sure. But it's just not that meaningful. One thing that I thought of last night, especially laying in bed, I would challenge everybody here. I'm going to do this for myself as well. Each day is to say something nice to someone you love. And also to make it a point to say something nice to somebody you don't even know. The world is a very difficult place. The world is difficult and only getting more difficult. I've been blessed with great parents and a great support system, and I haven't had, other than some frustration at times, any battles mentally. But Lord knows how many people do, and it's only ever increasing. So everybody here could be a difference. The difference. Brighten up somebody's day. It could mean the world. The challenge. I'll start. I'm sure I'll say some great things to people that I love, hopefully here very soon. But the second part of that challenge, say something nice to people that I do not know. I'd like to address each and every one of you guys that are here. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Knoxville. You guys were warm and gracious hosts. This will mean the world to me as I think back on it, but I will just remember the great people that I met here in Knoxville. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Let's all try to put some good out in the world. Unquote. So this episode is not quite of the original stuff from me. But that statement from Mr. Harry Higgs, that was just powerful, simple, original, and genuine. But for me to take that and try to put together a podcast episode, I have to acknowledge a master when I meet one or read of one. I have watched Mr. Higgs play a game that I love as a definite hacker out here on easy public courses, and then to perceive and observe him on professional courses amongst the great players of today, yet maintaining his personable, down-to-earth quality as far as I can tell a mile away from him or a galaxy away from him. He just recently won twice in back-to-back tournaments. Harry Higgs just won twice, back-to-back. He already had a fan favorite status for years, earning that moniker of Big Rig. But the words I just recited to you are not just restated and rewarmed over a direct consumption approach. I just feel them not just as references, but worthy of implementing. So I will do what he said he's going to do. Share some love with, yes, a word or two with people you love, but also with someone you do not even know. I will do this. Will you? Thank you once again. Stay present. Stay current. It's still 8:20.